As far as data security is concerned, Dinesh Pillai talked so much today, and we have the benefit of having Anand Saina, who is an IT auditor with us, and we really use him to the best for getting everything out of for us in audit. Multicultural was the theme of the panel discussion, and L&T, you know how multicultural we are. We've got a number of good practices which is there in the company. We've launched a portal which is called On Track. Our audit processes are strong. I don't want to talk too much about it. We have close interaction with our risk management practices. We have an in-house magazine called L&T Beacon, which talks about what we do and also gives us an opportunity for business people to actually contribute articles. There are many other things that are there. L&T, I can just like to conclude by saying, L&T audit team is more than a talk star. Together, our profession will become a rock star. I'll just conclude by quoting from Robert Frost. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Thank you.
Thank you, Satish. All the best to you and L&T. Now we will talk about the third category, which is the Most Innovative Use Award. And I think in that, again, we got, I would say, number of entries. People have talked about what kind of softwares they are using. And, you know, a lot of those suggestions had come from them. But we found something unique in one of the companies where, you know, they came out with something unique. I'm not saying that others are not doing it, but the way they have done it was quite unique. And I think before we talk about that particular thing, I would request Deepak to announce the winner. And I will tell the person concerned who hates that particular thing to come over here and to talk about the product that he has, in fact, what we thought is most innovative in that regard. So Deepak.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. In this category, Most Innovative Use Award, we chosen Mahindra & Mahindra.
And I'll request Mario Nazareth, who heads the internal audit, to come over here and talk about his, you know, the new, I would say, the buzzword called RAGS, the rating and grading system, as he calls it. I think I request him to talk about it. He can come with his team here, Mario. And I'll request Mr. Chawla ji to come and hand over this particular thing to him. Mario, can I request you to come up and talk about your RAGS?
I was not prepared for this. But what I was told to do by my team was to get a short speech ready if we were to get the award, one of the awards. So I'll finish with that first because that will help me to get my thoughts together. Of course, I'm very, very delighted to get this award. And in my own name, on behalf of the management of Mahindras, and on behalf of my team, some of whom were here, I would like to thank the distinguished members of the jury for having selected this entry as a winning entry. Having received the ACL award a few years ago, I think this is another diamond in our crown, and I'm very, very proud of it. To me, this award makes a lot of significance, a lot more significance, because it resonates with the Mahindra RISE philosophy, which I think you are all aware of, which says that to make an impact, you need to do things differently. And that is what we have done. If I were to borrow from a very well-known statement, this is our small step towards Mahindra RISE stories is going to be a giant contributor, a giant leap for next generation practices. To my team members and for all those who helped me to work on this concept, and they worked on it very, very quickly, a very, very big thank you. I know the team members are waiting to take this award home, and I can assure you, you'll get a chance one day at a time, or maybe 2 or 3 days at a time. But as for me, the award is etched in my heart, and I will treasure this moment for a long time. So a word about what is this thing that we have done. In the year 2010, we had come out with a rating and grading scale, which is nothing but a 4-color, 4-alphabet model, which was meant to serve as the characterization of all the audit observations and the rating of the audit reports for all the 65 companies for which we're doing the audit. This was also the request of the audit committees, because they wanted to know not just how the companies fared by themselves, but also how companies fared against each other. Having started that, I had not realized the next level of pressures started getting built, where people wanted to know, fine, you have a process weakness, but which of these processes are weak? Where are the processes weaker if one wants to compare one against the other, and so on and so forth. And as I said, I really did not know what I was in for. We have, as you know, Mahindra Finance, which has 600 plus branches, 40,000 customers per month. We have Mahindra Holidays, which has 23 odd resorts. We have Mahindra Rural Housing, which has 160 odd branches. We have Mahindra Retail, which is going to be close to about 100 odd outlets. And for each of these, there were requests, can we grade the processes across all these branches? And that is where then we did a complete refinement of this tool, where all the processes have now been defined. Each of the processes have been given a weight. The firms doing the audits, the various internal audit teams, are required to score the success of the process. So you have a compliance score, and by corollary, you have a non-compliance score. And in a manner of speaking, you have the weight, you have the result of the audit, you have the rating, you have the grading. It's all straight. We started this in December 2010. That's when the concept started. We worked on it. It took a long time to get management approval, because I think after that management realized that, all the processes are going to be clearly defined and there's no getting away from it. The added advantage was that processes got defined, processes got clarified. That was one of the best things that happened. From 1st April 2012, this got rolled out, and we're seeing huge, huge benefits. That, in short, is our rating and grading tool. I'll be free to answer questions during the sessions that follow. Thank you.
Thanks. We have one more, I would say, thing to do. As all of us are aware, IIA has international standards, IIA standards, where quality is something which is recommended. It says that once in at least, I would say, 4 to 5 years, we are supposed to get our internal audit department some sort of equivalent of what we call in our Institute of Chartered Accountant peer review. We need to do that particular part. And I was an ex-banker till 2006, and we went through this particular process many years back. And then, of course, in my current organizations also, we did that QA, where we had called the IIA Inc. team to come in and do the evaluation. And I know what kind of tough job was that. And I must tell you that this time around, the bankers regulator, namely the Reserve Bank of India, on their own decided to do this QA exercise, and they got themselves, got it done through IIA Inc. with the help of IIA India. And we are privileged to, in fact, felicitate them for getting this particular thing. Mr. Paliwal, who has come here from Reserve Bank of India, in fact, will be receiving it on behalf of Reserve Bank of India from Mr. Phil Tarling. So, sir, if you could come here and give this particular thing. It's a great thing because the Reserve Bank of India, who's our regulator of the banking, is going to get these kind of things on that account. Mr. Paliwal, I'll request you to come and speak about, your experience on this particular thing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a pleasure and an honor for a central bank to be honored with something which any central bank, being a regulator, will cherish for all times to come. When I came here this morning, I wasn't aware, let me admit it, that we would be awarded with this. As a regulator, the greatest challenge is that if we have to meet the requirements of the common depositor that the money is safe, the best thing which the internal audit team or the department ought to do is to have possibly tested itself to the highest standards known at a point of time. And that is where I feel the central bank, that's the Reserve Bank in this case, which I have the pleasure of representing here. So my entire audit team and the top management decided that we undergo through this. And the fact that we came out successful is a great honor to us. My team members, I can assure you, they are not here for the simple reason that they are auditing our own internal offices and departments. That shows, in a way, the commitment that we have. And with the total human capital of close to 18,000 that we have, you'll be surprised that in addition to the concurrent auditors which we have, we are able to do it efficiently with a percentage which is much below the internationally accepted norm of 1%. We do it with 0.45% of the people all the time, and that's why some of my colleagues who would have liked to be here and who really deserve it for all the efforts which they have made. I would like to thank IIA Inc., IIA Mumbai chapter, all of you who have been here throughout the day, and we can assure you that we will maintain the highest level of internal audit and the quality assurance that it requires, and we'll put in all efforts to keep the benchmark still at higher levels than what we are today. Thank you very much. Have a very pleasant evening.
With that, we come to the end of this award ceremony, and over to Hugo. Can you take on?
Thank you very much to Mr. Nagesh Pingi and Mr. Deepak Ghosh for taking us through the evening, through that session. Thank you very much. Also to Mr. Phil Tarling and Mr. Satish Chawla Thank you to Mr. Paliwal, Mr. Satish Shenoy, and Mr. Mario for taking us for receiving the awards. Congratulations to L&T, Mahindra & Mahindra, and the Reserve Bank of India.